Are you struggling to figure out what you're gonna do for lunch today? Well, that's Stephanie and I literally every single day. I'm Alane with Cooking with My Friends, and this is Stephanie Zarling.
Hi.
And we're gonna be showing you what's in our lunch. And you actually cooked yours this morning, right? While you were getting ready for work?
Yeah, it took me, you want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
It took me probably like 20 minutes. I pulled some frozen cauliflower rice out of the freezer, pulled a can of black beans and started sauteing that. And I did my Mexican seasoning blend, which I made up on the fly, but you know.
Smells amazing.
Cumin, garlic, chili powder, cayenne, and paprika all go great. So I just kind of sprinkle whatever feels right.
And did you have to babysit it for the 20 minutes, or were you like throwing it in there, getting ready, coming back to it?
Because the cauliflower rice was frozen, I kind of let it sit for a little bit and kind of ran around. Plus, I make this some variation of it a lot. So the more comfortable you get with meals that you like, the quicker you can throw it together. You just know what you're doing. So I did the cauliflower rice, the black beans, and then I actually took this from Alane, shredded a sweet potato, which you really can't taste it in there. So it just added a nice pop of color and extra nutrients that you don't even realize that you're getting in.
What I love about shredding it too with a cheese grater is that they're really small pieces, so it cooks really fast.
Yeah.
You know, with potatoes, it can take a while when you're trying to do something quick.
Yeah,
just shred it in there and go.
Yeah. So then I threw some chicken on here that I had cooked earlier in the week. I'm gonna throw it all on this bed of lettuce, which I love doing, which Alane does too, just because you know
you gotta get those greens in.
Yeah,
and you kind of get tired. Sorry.
No,
Get tired of just eating salads.
Exactly.
Every day.
And I just think like the more raw vegetables you can incorporate, like I cooked this, but the more raw vegetables you can get in your meal, the better.
Yeah.
So then I'm also gonna do some fresh salsa. I love salsa on probably everything, but since this is Mexican inspired, this is a good one to do it. And then I just did some chopped fresh tomatoes to again get just some more fresh vegetables into your meals. So that's what I did. I'm so excited to eat. So
tomatoes are like the theme of our meals today, I guess. So like Stephanie did, I started off with a bed of greens. Last night I got home kind of late from work. The boys had already eaten, so I was kind of like, well, what am I gonna do? So I had some brats that needed to be cooked. I had an onion and some cherry tomatoes, and I was like, I'm gonna just throw all this together. And it turned out so amazing. I had to keep myself from eating it. So I'd have some for lunch today. So this is it, all mixed together. So what I did is, they were raw bratwursts, they weren't pre-cooked. So I actually just cut a slit down the middle of it, took that casing off that's on the outside, threw 2 of them in the pan, started browning those, cut up an onion while those were starting to cook, and you have that grease kind of starting to line the bottom.
So good.
Sliced up an onion, threw the whole onion in there. So my skillet was probably like on medium heat on the stove top, so medium, high heat. Let those onions bratwurst brown. As it browned, I put a couple of tablespoons of red wine. I know, so in my older age now, I can never finish a bottle of wine before it starts to go bad. So I keep it, I never throw that away, and I'll just use that when I'm doing grilled onions or something. So I'm able to keep using all my ingredients, whether I'm drinking it fresh or later in cooking. So just use that red wine, cooked it down for a little bit. While that was cooking down, I chopped up an entire batch of cherry tomatoes in the little carton, and then threw that in there, put the lid on, turned the heat down, and for about 5 minutes let that cook down, and it turned into like kind of a sauce.
I love that.
And chopped up the brats into like bite-sized pieces. So it's this just amazing.
We're gonna trade.
Yeah, I like that idea. And you know me, I put goat cheese on pretty much everything. It's so good.
It is so good.
So I'm just gonna throw some goat cheese on top of this and call it a day.
That looks amazing.
And this took me, I think, 15 minutes to make. So easy. If you don't like greens or you don't want greens, this would also be really good on cauliflower rice like you did. So you can incorporate other vegetables in there. If you don't have red wine, but you have white wine, it'd be delicious with that too.
I like that.
Or any type of vinegar, throw it in there. So if you want to see more What's in Our Lunch videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel on Cooking with My Friends, and follow us on Instagram at Cooking with My Friends Official.
Let's go.